What's up? Um, more and more you live and you learn life, right? The more you live and you learn the importance of peace, um, the more you live and you learn the importance of just protecting your peace. And I'm saying I'm gonna say this video, and it's going by best friends. And if you want, if you heard that word best friend, because it's a small circle of people that your friend. And if you all get this video, then you know who I'm talking to. I used to wonder why, in so many words, why I was different, why I was alone all the time. I mean, being not, I basically lived my life on this planet like you in the world, you are visible, but you are invisible, if you know what I mean. Now, the younger ones, the children that's watching this video, they may not understand that. Invisible means you're not. I guess I can say you're not recognized. You're not. I know. I'm not going to say recognized. It can't be seen, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's look up the definition of that before I go on and kind of break it down a little better. What is the definition of invisible? I'm gonna get it from here.
Here's the definition of invisible: unable to be seen, not visible to the eye.
Wow. You know what? That's kind of like what I just said. That's kind of like what I just said, bro. Let me say this first and foremost. I love my people. I really do. I do. I have a great. There is no way that I can sit here on this camera here, and describe how much of a love that I have for my loved ones, my family, my people. You know what I mean? And my friends. When you really love somebody, it's more than a friend. It's like your family. You see what I'm saying? But that's the way I feel like I live my life. I feel like I live my life invisible. You are invisible, you know? And even when I was coming up to school, I couldn't understand because I came from a poor family, poor background. I came from a background to where I was poor in education, very poor in education. I couldn't even communicate well with people. Uh, I just struggled with shyness and all that kind of stuff, bro. Shyness, didn't know what it was like to be a real man. None of that. None of that type of stuff. And breaking the cycle, that's what I'm trying to do. Because just because your father did it and your great granddaddy did it, that doesn't mean that I have to repeat what they do. Because I can stop. That's my whole thing, is to live my life on the earth that other people can follow into that pattern the right way. You see what I'm saying? If you have friends, so-called friends in your life, and I hate to say it like that, if they're not encouraging you, if they're not coming to make peace with or going somewhere with your friends or whatever, they don't contact the adults, your parents or whatever, then they sure enough ain't gonna respect you. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm saying because we need to, I want to be the one to help continue to break this negative cycle. That's what I want to be. Nothing else. Yes, I've done a few things bad and wrong. Am I sorry for them? Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry for them. If I can go back and change it, will I want to change it? Absolutely, I would. You know what I mean? If I would have known what I have known now, I probably would be better off. But I want to talk about this invisible thing because it's been rough. It's been rough growing up. I ain't gonna say it was easy. It was not. If I would sit here and tell you that my life was easy, I would be lying through my mustache. Mm-hmm. It has not. I noticed that when I would go to school, and I'm not better. I ain't better than nobody else. I'm that's that's not even it. Um, when you make your circle small, you don't need millions of people in your life to make peace with to keep and protect your peace, because I would say more than likely, more than likely, when you have a bunch of millions of people in your life, it's gonna come with a lot of stuff. It's gonna come with drama. It's gonna come with confusion, because you got several people out of a million. Think about it, millions of people subscribe to you, whether it's in real life or whether it's on camera or whatever. You're well known around the world. In this day and time, sometimes it's best for a lot of people not to be known by a lot of people. Sometimes it's better not to be known by a lot of people, because I'm gonna put it this way. They say the more money you have, the more bills you're gonna have. The less money you have, less bills. That's how they put it. Me growing up, I never owned a car. I never owned none of that stuff. I used to like, don't get me wrong. There were times that I got frustrated in life, and I said, man, I'm 50 some years old. I never owned a car. I never. It's like, even when I tried to fit in with other people when I was going to school, like 13, maybe 14 years old, I used to, knowing at that time I couldn't read or write, and I did not understand why it was like that. I just knew it was something different, but I couldn't explain why it was something different. Didn't know there was a difference between the way they live their life and the way that I was. I knew there was a difference, and it was, even though I couldn't explain it, if I would have revealed it, it would have been embarrassing to me. I was afraid that if I would have got in the crowd of certain people, and I'm just being honest, that the words probably came out right. It probably would have come off kind of weird, and people looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't do this. You couldn't read this. Like, there's something different about that, man. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? You're thinking like that, because I used to feel like that. But now that I've gotten older or whatever, I've gotten grown or whatever, whatever you want. The word grown just simply means somebody that you grow into, you understand. Grown could mean you understand. You have a full understanding, or you know how to you deal with things as an adult. You don't deal with things like a baby. A baby don't understand. You can be a grown person and grown and in body. You can be grown in body like me with gray hairs and stuff, white hairs, or whatever you want to call them, but you still can be a baby. Adults used to repeat this stuff as I was growing up. At the time, I understood it, but at the time, I was still stuck into whatever. You know what I'm saying? At times, did I ever feel like I was grown mentally, emotionally in a 13 or 14-year-old mindset? Have I felt like that at one time? Yeah, because I said, well, I don't have the knowledge. It's like I don't have the adult knowledge like I should. Getting offended over certain things that people tell me, and I'll be so quick to go off. That's another thing. I keep myself separated from certain people because people, if you got a good spirit about yourself, and this is the reason why I'm saying you don't need a million people, you don't need a million followers. I think that's what I named the video. Hold on, let me look at what the title of it. You don't need a million people. I think that's what I named the video. I believe I did. You don't need a million people in your circle. I named it like that. You don't need a million people in your circle. I'm gonna come back and I do this video and I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about bringing the original. I'm gonna talk about the original. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna talk about going back to the original. That's what I want to come back, but I'm gonna keep that topic separate. But the video is entitled "You Don't Need a Million People in Your Circle." Not all. I'm not now. Again, am I annihilating and telling you not that is something wrong with having a million people in your circle and you shouldn't do that? No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, because God forbid, you know, I can say one thing and that ain't for you. He might want you to be in a big circle. It's for some people, but what we have to do, like I would say, is just find our match. And whatever the Most High ordained for you is to be, then that's what you be. You do that. You know what I'm saying? Then okay, maybe I would be like, well, maybe it was for him to do that. So I can't upset or whatever. But the only reason why I'm saying is that sometimes when you have so many people in your life and everybody claiming and saying, pretending to be your friend, like they really love you and they really care for you, these people, sometimes the people, and I didn't understand it when a elderly man said years ago. He said sometimes the people that hit you up and call you every single day, usually them be the ones your worst enemy. But the ones that you barely hear from and you don't hear from them, you barely hear from, sometimes them can be the best ones for you because they ain't gonna come and bring in confusion into your life. You don't need people that's gonna come and bring confusion into your life. You don't need that. So I'm telling you this as my friends. Do I love my people? Absolutely, I love my people. I love my people with all my heart. I love my people with all my heart. I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying? But this invisible thing, and it seems like I'm kind of topic of it, whatever. I'm not trying to. Let me know in the comment section. But I always wondered why my life was played out a certain way or something like that. I always wonder sometimes I still look for answers sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a mind to, like, you want to live your life around and be an adult and speak like an adult, talk to other adults and stuff like that. You don't have a desire for it to go and get into everybody's company. That's what I mean. Go and get in everybody's company. I'm not comfortable with getting in everybody. Do I still love them? Yes. But I know that I can't get into their company. You see what I'm saying? I can't get into their company. Because if you get into their company, you line to if you allow them to, they'll take you off your path. So hang with people that's going to let you, if you see they have proved themselves to be your friend. Maybe I'm gonna come from the Bible, the Apocrypha. Let's look at this here. Maybe the Most High must have wanted me to come to this. Let me put on my glasses. Yeah, I know I'm gonna look old. Okay, I'm gonna look older. All right. Let me put on my glasses and read this. Ecclesiastes chapter 6 from the Apocrypha James Version. You know, the Bible said, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. That means let him know he's a good person, whatever. For some men is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. They only a friend for their own occasion, meaning that some people will come around and they will love, they make you think they love you, but it's all a hidden agenda. You feel what I'm saying? It's all a hidden agenda. You see what I'm saying? One of the things that I hate, I'm gonna tell you what I hate. I hate fake people. I don't mean that I hate them for no reason, like whatever. I don't like, and I just hate fake people. I don't like fake people. I really don't. I don't even like that type of energy around me, which is I named this title of this video is you don't need a million people in your circle, because not all the millions, come on now, you know better than that. You know all millions of people that come around, kiss you on and do all these different things. Oh, I love no, you can't trust none of this type of stuff. You need somebody that's gonna walk the walk, you know? And I'm not sitting there telling you that just to be hear my mouth talking. I'm speaking from it, from literally from my own experience, what I experienced. I'm not going out of my way speaking on nothing that I don't know nothing about. I never experienced, but I'm just gonna speak on that I experienced. I'm gonna read that part over again. It said, Ecclesiastes 6, verse 6. Be no, wait a minute, my bad. I just had it. There it is. Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. You just can't just invite people into your life. The first time you see them and the first time you meet them, you can start calling them a friend. Now, I don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't, more than likely, you can't do that. People got to prove themselves. It's got to be proven, not just through what I say, but it's got to be done through the action. Your actions is your character. What you think is your character. You know? And that goes with the same thing with the adults, grown adults and things who wants to get married or whatever. Sometimes you got to allow these people to prove themselves to us. You got to allow them to prove themselves to you. In other words, my actions should back up what I be saying on this camera. My actions. Like I know I sound good, but when I turn the camera off, I be the same way for me. Experience, yes. I try to practice what I put out. I try to do everything in my powers to practice what I put out. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be telling you nothing doing. You see what I'm saying? But like they say, if they're in a secret, because the most high, he said, be sure your sins will find you out. You can't. One thing I learned, man, God, the most high ain't to be played with. If you playing with him, that will be revealed. That will be uncovered. So I learned from the people around me and the people that taught me wisdom. You got to be honest with people all the people, all your friend or that's in your circle, that's good to you. You got to be honest. You got to keep it real. Yep. Ecclesiastes 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him and be not hasty to credit him. You got to prove these people. All these, just because you have all these millions of people in your life, that doesn't mean that you'll be surprised. 20 out of a million can hate on you and wish for your downfall and act like they really want to see you succeed in life and be one of your biggest enemies that want to see you fail in everything. You'll be surprised. Everybody that say they're your friend, oh girl, I'm your friend, and you can find out that that same person can be envious of you because of you just being you. Yeah. Yeah. You don't need a lot of people in your circle. Sometimes, the reason I say that is because you got to protect your peace. And then people will look at you weird and say, oh, you weird. No, you just got to remain peaceful, because if you don't, you got to be careful the type of people or the type of energy that you bring to your circle. You got to be careful with that. You see what I'm saying? I go by your actions. It's not about, they had a girl, a lady that's a friend to my mother. She said, some people are beautiful inside and out. That's what's important. They beautiful outside, but most of all, the inside has to be what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? And it put me to thinking, because you think about it like that, but you don't really think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? But when they repeat it, like, oh, that makes sense. You know? Yeah. So you got to ask these people questions. It's like you got to ask questions. When you getting involved in relationships with people, whether if it's a friendship or whether if it's on another serious level, you got to ask certain questions about them in order to be able to. Because if you don't walk into it and you don't ask certain questions, you're going to be messed up. And my fault. I should have known to ask further questions before I signed up for this. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful what you sign up for. You do. You got to be careful what the heck you for. Yeah. So I don't want to sit up here and mess this video up by falling asleep, probably from working so hard and around in here, and or whatever, and probably just need to catch up on some rest. But I'll be all right though. But I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do another video about the original. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna break it down in my own way. If I have to Google some stuff, I'm gonna do that too. But the video is entitled, you don't need a million people in your circle. For those reasons, I gave the reason why. Because everybody that say that they really your friend, they're not really your friend like they say they are. You know what I'm saying? Because number one thing, to my friends, I love y'all, go by their action. Not what people say. It ain't what you say. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking to. I love y'all with all my heart. I do. And I got some catching up to do. I got some putting into action to do. I'll leave it at that. I got some putting into action I got to do. So what I'm trying to say too, I'm doing everything I can to improve myself and to be better. I'm doing everything in my power is to do everything I can is to train myself is to be better. Not train myself to be better, but to bring out what I was naturally born to be. Because when you are born, everybody's born with spirit. You're born naturally to do certain things, you know. Yeah, so I want to continue to do the right thing, keep the commandments of God to the best of my ability. And if anybody click on this video and you done gotten this far into the video, and you're a child of the Most High or whatever, you just pray for me, and I pray for you all. I promise you, I do that. I do it all the time anyway. So you don't need 1 million people in your circle. Tell me what you think down in the below. If I done left something out, or if you want me, if it's something that you want me to say or touch on, and I didn't touch all the way on, just put it down in the comment section. Once again, I love y'all, my friend, my true friends. I love y'all very much, and with all my heart. Now I'm out, and I mean that.